She was 8 years old. Our first day of grade 3, when she got called ugly. We both got moved to the back of the class so we would stop getting bombarded by spitballs. But the school halls were battleground. We found ourselves outnumbered day after wretched day. We used to stay inside for recess because outside was worse. Outside we'd have to rehearse running away or learn to stay still like statues, giving no clues that we were there. In grade 5, they taped a sign to the front of her desk that read, "Beware of dog." To this day, despite a loving husband, she doesn't think she's beautiful because of a birthmark that takes up a little less than half her face. Kids used to say she looks like a wrong answer that someone tried to erase but couldn't quite get the job done. And they'll never understand that she's raising 2 kids whose definition of beauty begins with the word mom. Because they see her heart before they see her skin, that she's only ever always been amazing. He was a broken branch, grafted to a different family tree, adopted. But not because his parents opted for a different destiny. He was 3 when he became a mixed drink of 1 part left alone, 2 parts tragedy. Started therapy in 8th grade, had a personality made up of tests and pills. Lived like the uphills were mountains and the downhills were cliffs. For 5th suicidal, a tidal wave of antidepressants, an adolescence of being called Popper. 1 part because of the pills, 99 parts because of the cruelty. He tried to kill himself in grade 10 when a kid who still had his mom and dad had the audacity to tell him, "Get over it." As if depression is something that can be remedied by any contents found in a first aid kit. To this day, he has a stick of TNT lit from both ends, could describe to you in detail the way the sky bends in the moments before it is about to fall. And despite an army of friends who will call him an inspiration, he remains a conversation piece between people who can't understand that sometimes becoming drug-free has less to do with addiction and more to do with sanity. We weren't the only kids who grew up this way. To this day, kids still being called names. The classics were, "Hey Spaz," "Hey Stupid." Seems like each school has an arsenal of names getting updated every year. And if a kid breaks in a school and no one's around or chooses to hear, do they make a sound? Or are they just background noise of a soundtrack stuck on repeat? When people say things like, "Kids can be cruel," every school was a big top circus tent. The pecking order went from acrobats to lion tamers to clowns to carnies. All of these were miles ahead of who we were. We were freaks. Lobster claw boys and bearded ladies. Oddities juggling depression and loneliness. Playing solitaire and spin the bottle. Trying to kiss the wounded parts of ourselves and heal. But at night we walked the tightrope while the others slept. It was practice. And yeah, some of us fell. But I want to tell them that all this shit is just debris. Left over from when we finally decide to smash all the things we thought we used to be. And if you can't see anything beautiful about yourself, get a better mirror. Look a little closer. Stare a little longer. because something inside you made you keep trying despite everyone who told you to quit. You built a cast around your broken heart, and you signed it yourself. You signed it. They were wrong. Because maybe you didn't belong to a group or a clique. Maybe they decided to pick you last for basketball or everything. Maybe you used to bring bruises and broken teeth to show and tell, but never told. Because how can you hold your ground if everyone wants to bury you beneath it? You have to believe that they were wrong. They have to be wrong. Why else would we still be here? We grew up learning to cheer on the underdogs because we could see ourselves in them. We stem from a root planted in the belief that we are not who we were called. We are not empty cars stalled out and sitting empty on a highway. And if some way we are, don't worry. We only got to get out to walk and get gas. We are graduating members from the class of fuck off, we made it. Not the faded echoes of voices crying out. Names will never hurt me. Of course, they did. But our lives will only ever always continue to be a balancing act that has less to do with pain and more to do with beauty.